Let's talk Ohio State Buckeye recruiting because Ohio State is trending for more top targets after another busy visit weekend in Columbus. Defensive lineman PJ Dean, that's who I want to ask you about, Steve. He's from North Carolina, and it seems like Ohio State's really doing well in this recruitment.
Yeah, I went back and looked at previous conversations I've had with PJ Dean in the notes, and he's been mentioning Ohio State as a top school of his going back to May of last year. He's been consistent with Georgia and South Carolina in that regard as well. But there was time where it looked like he was one of the top offensive line recruits in the country, but he is focusing on the defensive side. And I think that is ramping things up for the Buckeyes coming off a recent visit to Columbus. You know, the pedigree at the position, the caliber of play, Larry Johnson, what Ohio State's offering on and off the field. Talking to sources with knowledge of the recruitment, they have become the program to beat for PJ Dean. Georgia, South Carolina still involved. He took a recent visit to the Gamecocks campus as well, and they're full speed ahead on PJ Dean. But I like where Ohio State stands, and that's why I changed my on-3 RPM from Georgia to Ohio State.
All right, Steve, who else are the Buckeyes trending for on the recruiting trail?
Well, there's quite a few targets out there that Ohio State could land as they push for the number 1 recruiting class in the country. They currently sit at number 4. Obviously, I like where they stand with on-3 industry, on 300 4-star running back favor a key. I think that 4-star receiver Caden Dixon-Wyatt for Matter Days closing on a decision. I think we'll know something from him over the next few weeks. And Ohio State and Oregon are the top 2 with USC pushing those programs. A couple more elite guys that I think Ohio State is very much at the forefront of their recruitments. The number 1 linebacker in the land per the on-3 industry, Tyler Atkinson, and a couple more running backs, Savion Hyder, the number 1 running back in the land, and Derek Cooper, a top 3 player at the position per the on-3 industry. Ohio State is at or near the top of the list for both. A lot of Michigan buzz around Hyder coming into the spring. He's going to take his official visits to Michigan, Georgia, Tennessee, and Ohio State, but his spring visit to Ohio State really moved the needle, I'm told. And then Derek Cooper, I really love Georgia's position, but I think his visit to Ohio State a couple weeks ago put them right there with the Bulldogs. Carson Baker, I have an on-3 RPM in favor of Ohio State for that 4-star running back out of Georgia. So Carlos Lachlan, Ryan Day and company, they're tracking for some really good players in the backfield, and they need it as they're aiming to reload after losing Travion Henderson and Quinshawn Judkins this year. They have a really young running back room coming back, and whoever they sign in 2026 will be counted in to come in and push those guys right away. This year's spring transfer portal window is sponsored by Teamworks Intelligence. Their mission is simple: more hits, fewer misses, and player evaluation. In the transfer portal era, data-driven recruiting isn't just an advantage, it's essential. Teamworks Intelligence empowers your program to navigate the transfer portal with precision while simultaneously elevating your game planning and self-scouting capabilities. The same advanced analytics platform trusted by NFL teams to make multi-million-dollar personnel decisions is now available to elevate your college program's evaluation process. For athletic directors, general managers, and coaching staffs, Teamworks Intelligence delivers game-changing efficiency by streamlining the evaluation process. Instead of spending countless hours reviewing film and traveling to scout prospects, your team can assess more players with greater accuracy in less time. This means maximize recruiting efforts within new budget constraints, giving you the competitive edge needed to build championship caliber programs. Don't just survive the portal era, dominate it with Teamworks Intelligence, the new standard in player evaluation.
Before we end this Ohio State talk, tell me about the offensive line. What's going on there?
Well, they're in on a couple 5-stars. Obviously, Jackson Cantwell, the number 1 player in the country, he's got a college commitment date of April 30th. And Ohio State's kind of been a program that's lingered in the back of the pack of favorites, but I think that they are swinging hard and showing Jackson what they could offer on and off the field as they make a final pitch. Coaches on the road, they went out to Nixa to make a case for him. A lot more buzz around Miami and Oregon and Georgia, but Ohio State still seeing what they can do in the Jackson Cantwell sweepstakes. And then Felix Ojo, the number 4 player in the country, number 3 offensive tackle in the land, the on-3 RPMs on Texas for the Lone Star State 5-star, but he took a recent visit to Ohio State. It was a great experience. He'll come back for his official this summer, and the Buckeyes remain the biggest threat to Texas for Felix Ojo.